in the bottom right corner of Blackburn. For KZ Gaming, it's Solar. And in the bottom left corner, for Psystorm Gaming, it's Gumiho. Alright. So, I'm not sure if you guys know about this or if you follow League of Legends at all, but in League of Legends, players that are married are known to play significantly better than players that are not married. And this guy over here, Solar, just recently gave his beloved the yes word, and yeah, let's see if that shows in his StarCraft skill here. On the other hand, Gumiho, I have no idea if he's married. Maybe the buff is unlocked for both of them. I have no idea. But yeah, congratulations, Solar. Well done. So Solar starting off here by sending these overlords to scout for proxy locations. It's not really practical to send them like through these slow zones to scout the opponent's base, and the info that you want to get early on in the game is, are they going to be proxies? And yeah, that's why these overlords are choosing the path that they are choosing. But of course, this game, Gumiho, knowing that this is a half decent mech map, um, doesn't go for any of that. Just sets up normally with the Reaper expand. This Reaper also not taking the regular path, but taking a small detour here just to see if there's some links sneaking around. But yeah, this Reaper is not designed to deal any damage anyways, so can afford to make that small detour. It's gonna micro up against these links. Third base going down for Solar. Oh, meanwhile, Gumiho going very greedy. Almost as greedy as you can possibly get. Added the factory to get some Hellions pumped out, but immediately into that third command center. So very confident in his defensive capabilities on this map, which is not a bad choice. Like this ramp, very hard to engage up into, and it, because of these slow zones, it's quite a long while across this map. So Reaper continues to scout around. Hasn't seen anything out of the ordinary because there is nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah. So it's now on Solar to figure out that this is a very greedy build by the Terran player. He hasn't seen anything but this command center at a regular timing, so he needs to get this creep spread going. He needs to get those drones out to stay even in the economy. Doesn't look like he wants to get aggressive at all, so also in Solar's shoes, if he was to get aggressive here, it would be a pretty big gamble because he still hasn't gotten the confirmation what this is. But these three queens doing a good job pushing and defending the creep. And Gumiho is playing Bio, researching STEM. Okay, not what I expected, but I'm here for it. Papa Midge, thank you for subscribing for 14 months. Thank you. So Gumiho has halted Hellion production at 6. probably no intentions of ever running them by, just wants to keep them at the edge of creep here. Gets that one, nicely done. Yeah. It's being a bit adventurous here, but he knows he's safe, he's seen the amount of links. Pokes in, heads out again. Meanwhile, this Viking did get an overload apparently, but was then chased away by this queen. But yeah, getting this overload is nice because you have this entire part of the area that is now not covered by the Zerg. Get some more creep denial here. Well done, Gumiho. Solar, meanwhile, has seen what's going on. Does know that it is bioplay. He's seen a bunch of Marines move out here, so it's getting his upgrades ready into that. Is on a comfortable drone count, 70 workers at this stage of the game. 4th base finishing up. It's a gold as well. As long as he can defend this push, which is going to be a bit of a tricky one because none of his upgrades are going to be finished for this. But on the other hand, Gumiho is not going to have upgrades outside of Stim as well. So this little force just designed to be a bit pesky here at this 4th base location. Gumiho did not see that it was going down, but probably expecting it. So he just wants to set up over here where there's not a lot of creep because of the very good denial early on. Yeah. Now recognizes that this base has been taken, and this is obviously a very ugly position to engage into. Baneling speed is done, which is the key upgrade that you need for the defense of this. And Solar will wrap around this with a full surround here coming from both sides. Not just yet. Yeah, but this army doesn't have a lot of staying power, so this will absolutely get crushed. It's just about being cost effective here for Gumiho, and how cost effective can he be? Not terribly, but yeah, Solar engaged into this right before his upgrades finished, so could have been even worse. But at the same time, double drop into the main base, so Gumiho fighting on 2 fronts at the same time. Yeah, this one is a lot more cost effective, even though he gives up approximately half of the Marines that he's loaded in here. Not dealing as much drone damage, but just the army trade alone is more cost effective than what he has accomplished at the 4th base. But another army setting up at this 4th base, creep continuously being denied, drones going down, mining being denied, drop in the main still active. Nope, not active anymore. But oh, Solar pouncing on the reinforcement. Just a little bit of this army left. This hatchery is getting low, but Solar should have enough with these queens continuously transfusing. Yeah, Gumiho evacuating the tank, but he's getting a lot more done with this than I would have expected. Solar has so far not been able to expand his work account further. Stuck on these 69, 70. And oh, all these banelings getting cancelled is a huge opportunity for Gumiho now. It's only 1 tank in this army, but because of these banelings being denied, he can set up in this 4th base location. And this 4th base is getting dangerously low. Mining is going to be denied 1 more time. Yeah, this 4th base, never really mining in the first place. This base is up and running by now, but yeah. If you're investing this heavily into taking and defending this 4th base, you want to make some use of it, and Solar has really not been able to. And we see it in the supply here. Gumiho is ahead, and this 2-2 is finishing up. That's a very, very dangerous timing. Solar trying to come in from the backside here, trying to go for the wraparound. Gets 1 tank. Oh yeah, and with all these banelings coming in now, this army will be cleaned up. But this has been efficient enough for Gumiho. He's been trading well. Yeah, Continuously with these remaining forces, just 4 Marines in this medevac being pesky, just drawing attention away from Solar. Solar desperately trying to go into the lurkers here with the hive almost finished, so not super far away. If he can stabilize here, that would be great, but he would obviously want to be on 5 bases already. This 4th base now being mined from and established by Gumiho. Yeah, and Gumiho already on it again. On this 5th base. If he gets the denial here, it's looking very, very good for him. Trying over here with another drop, but this one's getting shut down. Yep. This 5th base, very, very crucially denied. Yeah. Solar is now producing 2 Vipers, a couple of Lurkers, and these Lurkers have the potential of stabilizing the game for Solar again, so not calling him out of this just yet. But yeah, we can look at the unit loss tab. Gumiho being a lot more efficient. And now in anticipation of the Lurker transitions, going into his own ghosts. At home he's just really... This is the first time that Solar has been aggressive on the other side of the map, and this is rather easily shut down. Gumiho once again setting up. Oh, what? Oh, this looked like a bit of a move command. This is the move command for sure. Gumiho stretching his old multitasking here a little bit and gets into position on both fronts. Even though the lurkers are here, so this north side is going to be cleaned up. But over here, there's so little creep for Solar. So these Marines just run into the 3rd base and don't focus fire anything. Oh, yeah, okay. Now a bunch of these drones are going down and still trading efficiently against these links is Gumiho. Solar down to 64 drones. Really never getting into the sweet spot of like 80-ish drones. And Gumiho now knows that it's lurkers. Get some more beefy units in there with the marauders. Oh, jumping on top of that one lurker. This gold base continuously being denied. Loading up another drop. Probably going for the main. There's marauders in the... Oh, just one marauder. I was gonna say if there's just marauders in this drop, he just probably wants to snipe some buildings, but... This way it's just designed to be a bit pesky. I think as soon as this 3-3 upgrades here for Gumiho are going to be done, he can look for more engagements. Drop into the main. Just drawing some of the army away. Just to get into position on this gold base location. But 3 lurkers doing a good job. There's also no more tanks. So no real staying power until these tanks arrive and get set up. Which they do now. Oh, and Solar wants to engage into this. Viper's coming in. They're getting EMP'd. No Viper spells getting out of this here. But Solar seems to be taking a somewhat decent fight. Lurkers from the north cleaning up over there as well. And Solar might have just taken the fight that brings him back into this game. Never really getting into a decent drone count, but now he's got what he wants. This gold base is mining efficiently. This north base is mining efficiently. This base, I don't think with the losses that Gumiho just took, will be able to deny that one. Yeah, and he's going for mass expanding because he was so ahead for a long time. And there are now a decent amount of ghosts on the field. We have 11 ghosts already, so at this point it becomes a bit of a micro battle for these lurkers against these ghosts. Man, I'm really impressed by Solar's resilience here so far. He's really not been able to do anything on Gumiho's side of the map. Now gets into this position to siege on the gold base. Oh, and the ghosts getting their snipes off partially. Okay. But these lurkers still denying mining. And meanwhile, Solar crushing into this 4th base location for Gumiho. And there are not sufficient defenses over here. And this base just getting ransacked. 30 SCVs killed. Great position. And now all these ghosts are what's left for Gumiho. And he's forced to tap out. Damn! Solar in the bottom left corner on a map that I have not seen in forever. Up 1-0 in the series. Solar. And in the bottom right corner for Storm Gaming with a proxy Rex. It's Gumiho. So proxy Rex on this map have always been a bit funky because you don't know where you're going with this. But on the other hand, your opponent doesn't know where to scout. So what the Terran does in the middle at this watchtower is check briefly if there's some sort of scout around. You just place the proxy barracks in the slap middle of the map, and the chances of this being scouted are slim because these overlords, they cannot afford to scout for these proxy barracks. They're occupied with finding their opponent. Yeah, so these just heading out. I guess he's using this one just a tiny bit to scout, but the chances of this being scouted, and it's the 3 Rex as well, so fully committed here by Gumiho. This Overlord is gonna get lucky and scout this on his first attempt and see that there's not going to be a barracks, so this is where Solar is gonna get his intel that something fishy is going on. If he commits this Overlord to go in here. Yeah, I mean he has to, so yeah, right here it's going to see no barracks. He's also seen this SCV, so sending down. Did he scout anything else? No. He just knows. Placing down this spine crawler without seeing anything. He hasn't seen the barracks here, so he just knows. This is a huge map. This is a map that before, when it was in the pool, proxy barracks were very, very popular, and he's kind of set up to defend this. Already drones on the low ground ready to be pulled. Engaging this straight away with the links here. Getting this round, but there are plenty of Marines. I think he's underestimating this a little bit. He doesn't know that it's 3 Rex, but the bunker being cancelled and the spine crawler being finished as the anchor point here should still give Solar the opportunity and capabilities to defend this. Gumi just go in behind the mineral line here, which is a curious move. Of course he's going to deny some mining, but with this committed 3 Rex, I was going to say he has to kill his opponent, but then he just slaps down the command center from a build, from a position that you're not really supposed to transition out of, and he really hasn't found the damage that he was looking for. Absolutely not. Solar doesn't see this though. Solar is still in full crisis mode, producing links and everything. So he should, from the next larva that he gets available, he should go back into droning to not fall too far behind. Gumiho just posturing here with his Marines. They're still producing Marines 2 at a time here in the middle of the map. If he's only using... Okay, no, he's using 3. I was going to say if he's only using 2, I would like to see him... Oh, Solar going for the big surround here. Gumiho kiting as best as he can against these links, but the links just overwhelming. And he GG's out of here. In the bottom left corner, going up 2-0 against his opponent for Kaisi Gaming, Solar. And in the top right corner, trying to be cheeky on the second map, not quite working out for him. It's Gumiho. Already going for something peculiar. I want to call it peculiar again. Supply depot on the low ground, gas first. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, solar just being as standard as you can be. Not scouting the southern part of the map here for proxy barracks, but yeah, sending his overloads out. I'm not sure what to make of this here from Gumiho. But we will have to wait and see. I guess this map is like rather easily walled off on this low ground here. And it's not like he's committing any more resources into more barracks to like go for a mass Reaper play, but yeah, it's a mystery to me. Just goes for the Reaper expand. And walls this off completely now with a factory. Okay. I am uncertain what the purpose of this is, but it's a thing, it's happening. A nice thing when you're doing this is that this reactor is now protected on the backside. If you were to do this on the other side of the map, the reactor would be in the front. So maybe this is a bit dependent on the spawning positions, and that's why Gumiho decided to do this, seeing that he did spawn in the northeast position of the map. Reaper just poking around, gets one ling. Not bad. Solar has not really committed this Overlord to scout for anything, so whatever this was designed to do, Solar did not even see it or react to it in any way, so I guess he never needed to, because I don't think you see this and go like, oh, I'm just gonna Baning bust this supply depot down and run in. I think you just play a standard game, and that's what Solar is doing. Oh, two of the Hellions getting in here. Two drones, three drones, and getting out with one Hellion, so some good value there for Gumiho. But with this tech lab on the barracks. Oh, more drones going down. Oh, this is a significant amount of drone kills here for Gumiho. Clawing his way back into the series. 11 drone kills from just 4 Hellions. Very early on in the game. Oh, another tech lab on the starport. I was gonna say, well, this tech lab, I think it's gonna be bio again. But this might just be a fake. He has not started researching STIM whatsoever, so... And, okay, I just don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. Obviously, Solar did see this this tech lab on the starport, so Gumiho making him think that he's going into some sort of Banshee or even Battlecruiser play here, which is just not the case. And behind that, Gumiho deciding third command center, double eBay, going for the fake out. Solar did briefly build a Roach Warren, then canceled it and went Baning Nest again. Did he get a follow-up scout? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, he did get the scout on the research on Stim here. So that's why he decided to go away from Roaches and rather into those Banelings. I think Gumiho is still very fine with the state of the game here, having killed 11 drones at the start. Bailing speed is starting, which is the most crucial upgrade to defend any mid-game pushes that the Terran can throw at you. Solar being supply blocked here for a brief moment, which doesn't help his already, I don't want to call it dire situation, but he's definitely not at the drone count that he would want to be at. It's not getting up to those 65, and Gumiho not quite ready to push out yet. Yeah, Solar is gonna see this exact timing. This third base is lifting down here. Sees the army size as well. Sees that there's 2 tanks, bunch of marines. These Hellions still alive on the map. The screaming round, because they had to YOLO in to kill these 11 drones, the creep spread is better than we saw on the first map on Blackburn. Small force setting up here, just getting rid of some creep. Denying this base if it was to be taken, but Solar just takes this one instead. It looks like Gumiho's just content with the being ahead in upgrades and macroing up from this point. He's not continuously producing SCVs though, so he is kind of stuck at 62 here. Oh, SCVs going down here from a small bailing run by 6 SCVs. Just staying at the edge of Creeper, making sure to deny it and trade efficiently if Solar decides to engage off creep. Gumiho is not building any more SCVs, so this is just pumping out army units here. And just as I say it, he's resuming SCV production. It's a bit of a mystery to me. Every time I say something, he decides to do the exact opposite. Gets more denial on this creep here, which is nice, and this big run by force for the time being has been deflected by Gumiho, but now with these banelings morphing in, we're gonna go in again here, and there are no tanks, just this marine force here. Oh, but maybe Solar decides that he needs that run by force to deal with this army on the top here. 2-2 upgrades. Almost finishing up here for Gumiho, so it's gonna have a timing. I don't like this from Gumiho. He's like obviously trying to multitask, but he doesn't retain his units. If he has 8 marines in this medevacs and he loads up 8 marines again, he just drops 8 marines again, but he just unloads, decides to fight, and now this is not really a threat anymore. And yeah, but this push on the north side, advancing into the, I believe it was the 4th base location of Gumiho. And this is scary now. 2-2 is finished. And Solar trying to go for the engage here. Gets a good wraparound, but the tanks are well set up. Is engaging off of creep here. Only 1 tank left though. Oh no, there's a good StarCraft tank here. Another stim from Gumiho. And this turned out well for him, trading very efficiently. And now with all these creep being cleared up, oh, this is an ambitious tank position, but so far it's working out. There's no more creep here. All these paintings are still morphing. Still a few left. Oh, now there are no more paintings, but the next wave has finished up. Once again, only Only one tank. If he hadn't set up this tank here, but over here, I don't think Solar would have cleaned this up so easily. And now it looks like Solar has the forces to engage into this once again. The couple of Bailings make it through to this marine core of the army. But Gumiho is not quite done yet. He's just continuously rallying across here. There's nothing at this third base, so it has to be aware of this run by force now. And Solar is in a comfortable position. He did lose a lot of creep over here, but he defended this base. He's went up into his hive already with the Ultralisk Cavern being finished up. Vipers in production, Spire on the way. And Gumiho is now going for a different angle of approach here. Gets a tiny bit of damage over here, but Queens are able to defend this. But down here, this watchtower position is nice, but not quite in range to really threaten this base down here. Oh, and just as the unsieges, Solar comes in, but doesn't want to engage into all these Marauders off creep. There's no real need to, especially because he is now like quite ahead in tech. This has given Gumiho the position to set up on these base. Ultras are out, but not fully upgraded yet. Only 2-2 on these Ultras. Oh, and he can't quite engage into this. These two Liberators are adding so much power to this army, but on the other side, counterattack not yet being dealt with. 16 SCVs, 20 SCVs already dead. But this base for Solar goes down. Oh, and now with these Vipers in the mix, they can take out these Liberators if they want to. Yes, and that's what they do. And now the Ultras connect with the army. 2 more Liberators showing up though. This run by still not fully cleaned up yet. These are 2-2 upgraded links. And now Gumiho really absolutely committed to finishing this game right here, right now. The tanks are a bit far in the back, so these Liberators are the zoning that he has chosen to go for. And they can just continuously leapfrog forward here. There's the only real anti-air for Solar are in these Queens. And we see it in the army supply here. Even though Gumiho is quite significantly down in overall supply, the army supply is even and even ahead now for Gumiho. Oh, that is... I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this move. If you have this army underneath of you, he can't just like run through like he just did. And that might have just cost Gumiho. If everything that's in these medevacs had been fighting the entire time, I don't think Solar would have gotten as clean of a cleanup. But now, with Corruptors on the way, future Liberators won't be as much of a problem anymore. 3-3 almost being done, so these Ultras almost fully upgraded. Gumiho just now establishing his 4th base. I feel like this is a very tough position for Gumiho at this point in the series, already being down 2-0. Sets up his Liberators here again, so not a terrible position, but both of them get yoinked. He just sets them up again and runs into all these Queens. What a ballsy move. Is it going to pay off? He's going to lift off all these medevacs here, leaves... nah, this is disaster. Gumiho cannot be happy with how that went.